Hello and welcome to Leadership Lessons in Sport, and today it's interesting. We are at the Shapoorji Pallonji facility, the Joyville facility in Howrah, and it's beautiful. See, I mean, in and around us, joining me is Sriram Mahadevan, the Chief Executive. In fact, it was at Sriram's invite that let's do it outdoors. You generally do it on Zoom. Why don't we meet and talk? And I was like, obviously, I mean, it gives me this opportunity to come away from Kolkata. You don't see so much green. You don't see so many sports facilities around you. Next to me, kids are playing football. Behind us is the swimming pool. Some extraordinarily interesting facilities inside this project of Shapoorji Pallonji. Sriram, firstly, welcome. Give me a sense of this project first before I get into the structured questions, so-called. But this is great.
Thank you, Boria. Thank you for having me with you at this show. There was a purpose why I invited you that let's do this activity right at the property. Because these days, what happens is you don't get to see so much a large property inside a city.
Correct.
It is within the city but still slightly outside the city with very good connectivity. This land parcel technically is within a 350 acres of Kolkata West Industrial City.
Yeah, I saw the gate.
Yeah, so this was conceived when the nano manufacturing was supposed to happen at Singur. So that's why all the ancillary industries there were employees, etc. It was supposed to be developed as a township. Unfortunately, due to the manufacturing did not happen, but the township still remains. And we are happy that we are part of it. We have a 30-acre land parcel inside that. A minimum size of a land parcel to actually give a wholesome living to the residents becomes very essential. So it's a 30-acre land parcel. When we develop a land parcel, what happens typically is that we try to keep the ground clearance, the ground coverage as little as possible. The building footprints, so that there is more and more open areas for the residents to enjoy.
See, that actually brings me to my next question, because whenever I go, I mean, these days, we keep talking about elite high-performance sport when we as a company, but it is also sport for all. It is also about healthy living. It is also about a healthy lifestyle. That's what makes India a better society, or can. And I see so much sport around. Is there a conscious thought that you add so much sporting facilities for the residents here and for people?
Absolutely. It starts from scratch. See, we firmly believe, and in fact, that's one of the punchline of Joyville, what Joyville stands for. We promote active living.
Lovely.
So when we say active living, it is not active living for only the kids. It is active living for the young adults. It is active living for the working professionals. It is active living for the senior people also. So when we start designing a particular project, there are some tick in the box kind of amenities which everything is there. For example, indoor games, maybe some little bit of greenery here and there, which you typically find. But what we emphasize is that outdoor, play as much as, let the kids be outdoor. See, I have been born and raised in Calcutta. During our growing up days, there was no internet, there was no TV. Yeah, so we were always, in fact, so the mother used to be worried, right? So we used to be always outside, and we grew up like that. And that's the kind of feel with which, at least I have told my architects and designers that let us revisit those days. Let the kids not be confined to their rooms, glued to their mobiles or the TVs or anything like that. So let's give them ample space so that they can actually relive. They can live their childhood the way we have grown up.
This is music to my ears. In fact, Gopi Chand and I keep talking about it, about physical literacy, that in India there is so much talk on alphabetical literacy and mathematical literacy. The country has progressed. But when it comes to physical literacy, our children, we're like, he'll fall, she'll fall. No, it's okay. People don't even get that facility inside the city. And that's what makes this stand out for me, because I can see football, I can see swimming, I can see tennis, I can see badminton. I saw cricket net there with futsal. This is what so the question that I wanted to ask you, Sriram, is think beyond this one also, because there are multiple other projects in Pune. How important is sport for you in terms of integration within this community living structure?
See, to my mind, the one thing which binds all the residents and the kids together is sports. Kids come together, young adults come together. Like over here, there is this Joyville Premier League with the residents, they actually play Joyville Premier League every year, and it is held with such a gusto as if they are playing IPL only. I remember witnessing one of the matches over here when they were playing. It's cutthroat competition which is happening between the teams. They bid for it, they bid for the players. It's as good as an IPL unfolding inside Joyville as Joyville Premier League. I personally believe that active sports is something which brings all to the level playing ground.
But this one is not just about cricket, and that's what stands out.
Yeah.
There is more. There is football. There's badminton. There's other sports. There's I saw that futsal facility as well. There's swimming. That's more important
Yes.
for me. Then you are able to think beyond cricket.
Correct. So it's not that everybody loves only cricket. Cricket obviously is a religion in our country, but there are other sports which are also gaining a lot of importance, like swimming. Swimming, you can see the swimming pool behind us.
It's half Olympic size.
Yeah, it's half Olympic size swimming pool. People love swimming over here. We hold competitions over here. See, it's just not enough to give facilities. You also have to facilitate the community coming
Do you
together.
guys do that as well?
We do that. We
Lovely.
do that. So we host a lot of events inside. We curate some events for the residents so that there's a lot. For example, even a drawing competition between the kids. So in an Independence Day. So we create occasions. So when you create occasions, you then think about how do you involve the children in the for that occasion. Then we have drawing competition or dancing competition or this or that, so that they are actively engaged. They are physically they are doing some activity rather than sitting in their room and doing some.
What does sport mean to you? What does sport teach you? I mean, do you use lessons from sport in the boardroom?
Of course, sports. The biggest lesson which sports teaches you is that teamwork. There is nothing works better than teamwork. You may be an individual brilliant character, but you don't make a dent in a company if you are individualistic. If you can take the team along, if you can work along with the team, if they idolize you or they are there to learn from you and you facilitate to bring out the best out of them, that is what sport teaches you.
See, this particular facility, for example, like you said during Singur, it has had its ups and downs. Is that also something that you
course.
kind of, because that's what sport is, right?
100%.
In sport, you will lose plenty more than you will win. Very story of this particular facility.
Absolutely. So, see, in corporate world, nothing is permanent, nothing is good all the time. In any sphere you compare, whether it's personal life or corporate life, things are not constant throughout the life. There will be ups and downs which one has to face. But how the character of a person or the team comes out when you are actually down, and how you can lift your chin up and again start fighting. That is what sports teaches you. That is what this development is teaching us. We launched in 2016. I shouldn't say that it has done extremely well. I shouldn't say that it has not done well at all. It has been average. But we could have done better. If now, when I was coming to the site, I was seeing huge infrastructure work has started. Connecting Calcutta.
Yeah, even I was seeing.
So the kind of width that the road is going to assume as and when
Pune Expressway has become so much.
You believe me, Boria, after crossing the second Ungli bridge, you would be at this site within 10-15 minutes.
Correct.
What do you need? You are out of the city pollution. You are breathing clean air over here. The AQI level over here is at least 25% to 30% better than what we breathe in Calcutta. And come to think about the way the urbanization is happening, Calcutta, where will it grow? It will grow either towards the Rajarhat side where it is already growing, or towards west. Where is it? It doesn't have space beyond that. It has to grow somewhere here. So people who are able to see that will see the benefit.
Tell me something, Sriram, just to kind of depart from this conversation, change the track a little bit. When you and I were speaking, what struck me was when generally firms and brands and corporates, they measure success by numbers. That okay, how many numbers will your show fetch or this, and that's how people invest. That's why there is investment in cricket, and there is hardly any investment in, say, Paralympic sport, say disability sport, women's sport. In your case, you were different. When I mooted the ideas to you and you said, I will back your conclave because you're doing multi-sport. What does success mean to you? Because it was not clearly numbers. It was something beyond that. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, to my mind.
And what are is there a conscious ploy or plan, say for this facility of yours and others, to integrate facilities for the disabled?
So So okay, maybe the way I will term it is, I'm a little bit correcting you. I will put it differently abled.
Yeah, extraordinarily able.
Extraordinary abled. So what happens is every facility of ours, we take care. We try to build it with as much inclusivity as it needs.
Precisely.
You know, so we try to bring in people with differently abled, differently abled people. We try to support them with features so that they are able to access all the amenities inside the.
Is there a conscious thought?
Yeah. It's right at the beginning. Whether it is getting into the clubhouse, whether it is getting into the building, it's all green certified. First of all. And second thing, in green certification, we believe in sustainability, and you cannot be a sustainable society if you are not inclusive. So you have to take everybody along. If you are not able to empathize what will facilitate another person to achieve his or her best, then you are not thinking.
See, this is where I think India still has a problem, because you don't have ramps, you don't have toilets, you don't have basic facilities for anybody with disability. 15% of the world are people with disability, and in our country there is still discrimination. And that's what I wanted to understand from you, that when we do parasport, for us one of our major planks, and I know that when you do Paralympic sport you will not get 10% of the numbers of cricket, but is that something that you are even conscious? No, because Paralympic sport for me is as important, perhaps more important. That's the reason I asked you the question.
You are absolutely right, Boria. Yes, most of the corporate investments, they chase an ROI.
Exactly.
But it's not always that you chase an ROI. There are certain activities which you do, which you feel from inside. You know, so this initiative with you, partnering you with Trailblazers and everything, when you said that it encompasses all aspects of sports, that is what excited us, because it is cricket. We have got an overdose of cricket. I think we all see cricket, live cricket, drink cricket, everything we do cricket. Football is the another sport. Being from Calcutta, I know it runs in my blood. You know, watching football, seeing football, playing football. But apart from that, which are the other sports which actually India over a period of time has really seen grow? Chess has fantastic. Badminton, we have done exceptionally well.
Shooting, we have
done exceptionally well. Archery, we have done exceptionally well.
Boxing, wrestling, hockey.
Kabaddi, all the hockey. Hockey is another thing. That is one thing which is missing over here, which I would see if we can do some kind of a thing for the hockey. Hockey turf, yeah. Going forward in our developments, maybe a small portion carved out for.
Give me a sense of your other developments, because I know there are multiple facilities in Pune.
Yeah.
And Bombay.
So typically when we take a land parcel, we try to see to it that nothing is less than 10 to 15 acres. Because if you have to do justice to the residents, that's the bare minimum land parcel which you need. Our Pune land parcel was around 42 acres, is around 42 acres. Similarly, there are three developments over there, two in Hinjewadi and one in Hadapsar.
And all of them have sport prop?
Yeah, all of them have. So some of the standard offerings, it will be there in Joy Village. Swimming pool will be there, just like this. Swimming pool will be there. There would be your multi-purpose courts. There would be indoor games. There would be outdoor gyms, for the elderly, so that elderly don't like to go into the regular gym and try to lift weights and everything. They would like to take a casual stroll and then do their normal in the open gym.
I like the fact that you mentioned that there's this thing to take care of the elderly.
Yes, absolutely, because you cannot build a healthy society without them being there. Today, we are at this age. Some point of time, we will be at that age. Yeah, if somebody doesn't take care of us at that point of time, how do we feel? So we have to keep all these things in our planning stage, plug in the loops. There will be some trade-offs here and there, considering the market where we are operating. For example, things are also evolving over a period of time. Now we are seeing a lot of pickleball activity starting. So
pickleball.
Yeah. So now in the indoor games, we are trying to incorporate pickleballs. Squash is there. So there will be squash court. There will be swimming pool. There will be badminton court. There would be wholesome whatever outdoor sports you can think about. We try to include as many outdoor sports as possible.
Last few minutes, what does success mean to you? I mean, how do you measure success? Say this partnership. Now, if you come and tell me, what, with Trailblazers or with your coverage of, say, Olympic and Paralympic sport, generate the same numbers that you did for an Asia Cup when India, Pakistan was at, I won't be able to do it because the consumption of the mass will not be like that. What does success mean to Sriram Mahadevan?
See, to me, success has many meanings. It is the standard meaning is obviously financially, have you done well, right? But does that define you? Yeah, at individualistic level, if you feel that okay, finance is the most important aspect which you have to achieve in life, maybe that works. For me, that doesn't work. For me, what works is if I am able to bring smiles into the residents, into the staffs, into all the employees who work with me in the organization, I think that is success to my mind. And not everything can be measured basis the balance sheet. How does the balance sheet at the end of the day look like? There are some projects which may not do all that well. There are some projects which will just be a runaway success. You have to play the portfolio game and you have to look at it that way.
Where do you stand on India wanting to use sport as soft powers? We are hosting Commonwealth Games in Ahmedabad. Infrastructure will be built, and I ask because of that, because you're a part of the fraternity in that sense. We want to host the Olympic Games. There will be serious money spent, 30,000-40,000 crores. Where do you stand on that? India's desire to use sport as soft power.
200%. I think there is no better soft power for India than hosting sports. And Bollywood was also a soft power which we use. I think to what extent we use that is debatable. But sports is something as a soft power is a great tool. And the Commonwealth Games coming to Ahmedabad, it's a huge win for India. What it does when these kind of sporting events come. Delhi was built around 1982 Asian Games.
Yes.
So because the Asian Games came, today we are seeing Delhi infrastructure in such a nice shape. Similarly, I think Ahmedabad already infrastructure is good. Now with Commonwealth coming in, the kind of money which will be pumped
and if the Olympics come,
it generates employment, it creates facilities, the basic amenities completely change. The city gets a complete, makeover for the entire event to be hosted. And Indians are lovely hosts. I can tell you that whether you call anybody for dinner, lunch or anything, or you host these kind of events, I think the warmth which Indians have, I'm sorry to say, many communities may not have that much of warmth.
When you said food, what are the options here? Because Kolkata and food, it has to go hand in hand. I mean, people come here, enjoy their day, enjoy their sport. What are the options to eat?
Everything under the sun. So this retail is being now constructed. So that will have all the restaurants will come there. So and then anyway, Swiggy, Zomato, this, that, everything is available. So
but this one makes it all the more easier. People can actually walk in.
Yeah, people will just walk in. So you will get all the Bengali dishes over here. I've grown up eating them. I still love them. I love coming to Calcutta for the food also.
Fabulous. Last two questions, Sriram. One, when I see real estate, when I see community sport, you see, one of the most important things for me is sport for all. Because a country cannot progress only with medals won or records broken. Because that will be one minuscule percentage, 0.01%. Ultimately, it's this which will make India different. How do you balance between ROI and putting in more outdoor? Is there pressure on you? How do you deal with that pressure? That okay, if I put in more buildings, I'll get more money, I'll get more ROI, I'll get more, my balance sheet looks better. How does a corporate balance that challenge between societal growth and financial growth?
So that's why I said what is important is that when you pick up a land parcel, if you pick up a very tight land parcel, there is only limited thing which you can do. So when we try to develop a community, develop a project, the first and foremost thing which we try to see is that whether we have at least 10 acres of land parcel. We know that okay, there are certain buildings which needs to come. We have to utilize the FSI to make the project profitable, right? But that is not the end objective. The end objective is what? People who buy, people who stay, they should love where they stay. And when they love where they are staying, they become the brand ambassadors for your next project. And that has been our endeavor right from day one. And luckily, I'm working for a group which is not all that money-minded. the Shapoorji Pallonji group exists for 160 years for a reason.
What is the legacy? What is the legacy that you want to leave behind with this one and the Pune projects? That's my last question.
Legacy is that for the price at which we purchased, I think Joyville has given us the life that we only dreamt of, but they made it actual by giving us what they have given at that particular price. And that is what Joyville should stand for. People should feel that yes, I have purchased a flat for say 30 lakhs in Howrah or 40 lakhs, or I have purchased a flat for 70, 80 lakhs in Pune. The class and the quality of living is something which I can boast of.
Are you planning to do anything for athletes and sports people in terms of your real estate? Will there be something special, say for athletes with disability or athletes with mental
200%.
illness?
I think this is something, Boria, we should work together and see in future projects as to how we can incorporate those kind of stuff, because it makes a lot of sense. It becomes a unique selling opportunity also. And it becomes a community kind of a pull.
Yeah, because if you have athletes together in one
all
enclave,
athletes coming together, they're practicing together. That makes life.
Is that the future?
It is surely one peg of the future. May not be all.
Yeah, obviously.
One serious peg of the future.
Will you give it a serious thought?
100%. We will work together to do it.
Brilliant. I mean, imagine this. You win 107 medals in the Asian Games, 111. All of a sudden, a top real estate firm comes and says, okay, you buy or you invest and we will give you at a good deal or at a best possible price. Athletes coming together, investing in active living, physical literacy. What happens to the other people? It will rub off. The kind of living will rub off. India will become a better society. Interesting conversation with Sriram Mahadevan. Always, there's food for thought if you speak to him. Thank you very much.
Thank you
very much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
We'll have Sriram at Trailblazers, so more from him in the days to come. Thank you very much for watching.
Wish you all the best.
Thank you.